What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Occults Receivable. Anthony here with Theresa.
Hello.
Hello. I hope everybody's week is going awesome. We're about to dig into some infidelities. Just literally all of the infidelities. Guy Hudson is his name, right?
Yeah, Guy Hudson, master of... he's cuckolded at least one dude.
Master of not keeping his dick under control by any means.
Yeah. He's like, you know the phrase, call me your tits. Whenever I hear the phrase, call me your tits, I'm picturing one, there's like, I don't know the name of the video game, but there's one where the boob physics are just out of the control, so even when the women are just standing still, their tits are flapping around.
Dead or Alive, Fatal Frame. Remember?
I mean, Fatal Frame, yes, for sure. This game I'm thinking of, in particular, has volleyball. I don't know if it's all volleyball.
Dead or Alive. That's Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive, okay.
Yeah, that's Dead or Alive Extreme something.
So call me your tits, except it's Guy, so call me your dick, and I'm just picturing it's just flapping.
It's just flapping around. It's helicopter dick.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He's not doing anything. He's just like sitting there trying to relax or trying to sleep, and his penis is just like
his dick is like a Gary's Mod thing that's just gone completely off the rails. It's just flapping around. It's making that sound effect that Scott has of people falling downstairs. Like, that's it.
It's clipping through his pants. Like, he can't even, know any peace by clothing himself. He
cannot keep it under control. Because
it has a mind of its own.
He has, okay, so according to this, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has at least 7 secret children.
7 secret children, yeah. He never actually managed to produce any children with the woman he married.
No, because they died. So he's had at least 5 infidelities, that led to 7 children. That's insanity.
That's nuts, yeah.
That's insanity. And
I feel like he heard about like Genghis Khan and was like, I could do that.
But like, what's crazy is that all of these, like, this is just the ones that we know of because there is physical, tangible proof in the form of babies.
Yes.
This man probably slept with like 40 people.
Oh, 1000%.
I mean, that was the 70s. It doesn't excuse it, but...
Net positive for the world that this man is dead. Yeah, that's an exponential amount of fewer babies.
Also, Red, you turned into us discussing dick physics.
Yeah.
Listen. If Dead or Alive, Extreme Beach Volleyball, whatever, could have insane titty physics, there's nothing stopping any developer out there from making just insane dick physics. Red Dead Redemption 2 has realistic horse nut
testicles.
Physics. Yep.
Yeah.
So, like, come on, game devs. What are we doing?
Yeah, it's equality. That's right.
It's equality.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, okay. Hiller and I were just talking about, I don't know, Theresa, have you ever heard about the game Dragon's Crown?
Maybe.
It's a side-scrolling sort of hack and slash RPG. You would absolutely recognize the characters if you saw them. It's by Vanillaware, and the one character her name is literally Sorceress. She is more titty than person.
Oh my god. Oh no.
It's stupid. But like, so like, she breaths boobily everywhere she goes. So,
oh no.
Look her up. Just take 1 second. Just type in Dragon's Crown. You'll see it. But like, hey, come on, game devs. Why can't we play a game where you were playing some like fantasy barbarian dude who's just swinging his hog like he's playing Bionic Commando? Just come on.
Yeah, it's equality.
It's equality, man. Come on.
I have seen this woman. She does indeed breast boobily.
She breasts boobily everywhere.
Oh my god. Her poor back. Christ.
I can't believe you've never seen this. I mean,
I've seen her. I didn't know what she was from.
Oh,
what
yeah.
Context she was, just that her tits were insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get that poor girl a breast reduction surgery. Get her something.
She just breasts boobily everywhere. That's her entire...
She does. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Anyway, back to this game.
Back to this game where we're trying to wrangle Guy Hudson's irredeemable hog here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to the duck. Yeah, let's get a hint, duck. You found a lava point in your last investigation. Now that some time has passed, it's worth looking into some of it again. That's right. Hillary wants us to look into the floozies.
We should start with the floozies.
Okay. Oh, shit. This page hasn't been updated. Oh, it might be irrelevant.
It might be irrelevant.
Doesn't look like it would say something at the top if it was updated.
Yeah, if it had a little pale yellow banner.
Okay, so there's nothing new about the floozies. But
I'm sorry, Hillary.
I'm gonna look up Conquistador.
Okay.
No, nothing. Okay.
Nothing. Okay.
No beef baby. Man, what if Beef Baby was about one of the random children?
Oh my God, what if?
What is one of the things here is okay. I find it interesting that he has another photo that wasn't there before. So I think we need to look up some Rafferty related stuff. Like okay, Chris and Clark have
Clark has a new photo too. Yeah. Did we look up Clark at all last time?
I don't remember. Let's find out. Okay, yeah.
Oh my God, it filled it in. You didn't have to put in the LaRue. The computer was like, this is who you're talking about. Nice.
All right, in March of 1999, about 5 months ago, it was announced that both Clark Rafferty LaRue and Ron Roottrees would be taking over for what was essentially described as a trip. I think we read this, but I want to see if there's something else. Most of the information about Clark you knew already. Since taking over, Clark has tried to remain out of the spotlight, but did have one notable foray into the public eye. He gained a lot of support when his first move was a statement in favor of accepting Sam. Okay. This, you know what? Have we looked up the Clan-Said Trust since?
I think we must have.
After the release of 6 pieces by Sam Madsen, the clan came under heavy scrutiny. Sam, her children, and her grandchildren should have all been covered under the trust, according to the wording revealed during an internal family conflict between Rod and Robbie Roottrees. Seems that those who wrote the trust, Clancy Edward Roottrees, at the direction of Elias Roottrees, purposely just... Yeah, we did read this.
To see the rest of the family about the exact details.
According to Clark's letter, however, some family members are still doing their best to slow the invasion. Let me, Here we go. Clark Rafferty LaRue, as well as Ruby Spratt and her company Ruby Legal Enterprises, were featured in Business Watch after the company took over as the keepers of the Clan-Said Trust. It's an article about that process that interviews both Clark and Ruby. Seems... What's that?
I remember reading Ruby was a foster child, like she was adopted.
Yeah.
And then she graduated best of class from lawyer school.
Uh-huh.
What do you want to bet she winds up somewhere on this family tree?
I've been thinking about that from the start.
Okay. All right. I'm glad we've got that put out on the table now. It's official, chat. We've done it.
We've done it. We've connected some dots.
Maybe.
Okay. It seems that Ruby actually approached the Roottrees sometime in late March after the Roottrees rift, but well before Roottrees Mania, an accomplished but relatively low-profile lawyer. Okay, I think we read this. Okay, that anyone had in years, Ruby came to the conclusion that Clancy Edward Roottrees' implementation was not legally sound, and that there would be constant legal challenges without some modifications. Ruby Legal is now in charge of many financial aspects of the company. Huh. No.
I feel like that's a little kind of stupid. Like, hey, this rando lawyer shows up out of the woodwork and was like, hey,
it's been bothering me.
There's a thing going on with your thing. Do you mind if I have a look? I really want to help you figure it out and make sure it's all good. And then the family's like, yes, please. That would be great. Oh, you're not going to charge us? Even better. Absolutely.
It's been bothering me.
Yeah. And then after she looks it over, they're like, you know what? You can be in charge of this now.
Right. Their son's name was Chris Rafferty. Yeah, okay.
Chris Rafferty.
Like, it's been bothering me that...
Roottrees are a very stupid family.
I don't know. News time. Ruby Spratt. was his?
Oh, you misspelled Ruby.
Oh, you're right. Thank you.
I mean, you spelled it right. The way she spells her name is stupid and wrong.
News. Okay, we know about this. Covered a lawsuit between Ruby Spratt and Picotee magazine surrounding Cicely Sanchez. They said that Cicely didn't have the rights to redistribute the photos in the magazine to Guy Hudson. Picotee apparently announced that they would be pulling their issue the following day, the moment that Ruby Legal Enterprises threatened them. Like, she's all up in the Roottrees shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's caused the issue to sell faster. Okay, there has to be somewhere where this issue is archived.
Yeah.
An expert legal analyst from News Times states that it was unlikely that Ruby could have had the story pulled if it had gone to court, and Picotee likely got more eyes on it than it would have through Roottrees. We have... Okay, hold on. We have... It's this.
Yeah, it has 8 leads.
And Basilbub is not a single one of them.
Yep, nope.
Wait.
Not Basilbub.
June 1999.
Yes.
Let me... Would it be... Maybe... No. It's just... Damn it. Like... Cicely Sanchez reveals Roottrees secrets. Cicely Sanchez. Okay. Alright, they're telling us to look back at... We had a bunch of other information. Let me,
Did we look up Cicely Sanchez?
We did.
In the Roottree... Or, not the Roottree, the Picotee periodical? Okay.
I mean, I could... Yeah, the Divine...
Toy Fish.
Picotee had an article about a canceled book by Cicely Sanchez. This book's subject was Guy Hudson, and the issue was said to contain pictures that Cicely did not have the rights to publish. Because of the pictures, the issue was pulled from store shelves, making it the subject of some conspiracies, and an instant collector's item due to this recall. The version found in these archives is incomplete.
Okay.
If the book was canceled, so it was never released. I know we looked up these books. She written a few more books since then, including Biography of Van Gogh. Huh. I wonder... No, I don't think that would be relevant if we looked up in the library. We don't even have a book title.
Yeah, we don't have a title.
Going to a site about authors. Cicely is known for her nonfiction, with a focus on exploring darkness in the human psyche. Here's an article about a book she had commissioned to write. She had been commissioned to write for Guy Hudson. The magazine and Cicely herself were immediately issued a cease and desist. And we looked up. There was nothing in the ledgers about a commissioned book.
No.
Details inclusion of pictures. Okay.
Because, well, the ledgers only go so far.
Right.
It's 1999 now, and that issue, Picotee, came out in 1999. The ledgers go to 89, I think?
No,
or
but
maybe stop sooner.
What they're saying is that, see, appeared in a magazine called Picotee with an article about a book she had been commissioned to write for Guy Hudson. It had to have been when he was alive.
Oh, right.
Major expenses, none. I just want to double check. Patrick Decker was hired. Eli C. Roottrees, no longer Ernest Madsen Jr. Pharma manufacturing, major expenses. Beth Knox, 50-year work anniversary bonus. Zach Morton, retirement party. I'm shocked that we couldn't.
That's a hell of a retirement party.
I'm shocked.
20K?
I'm shocked we couldn't find anything about Beth Knox.
Yeah. I mean, it does say that you're not going to find much of anything about the people in here, but there's got to be some information. Like, 1 or 2 of these names has to be useful.
Okay, you know what? Let's do this. That was the name, right? Christine Garland.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh!
Whoa!
Antonelli's is an Italian restaurant, and it has been in the Butler County Times twice. The most recent time was when it closed in 1992. The owner, Rochelle Zimmer, sold the land the building was on, and at the time of the article, she was unsure if the restaurant would move to a new location or she would retire. Many years before that, there's a puff piece from Valentine's Day 1978 that asked recently married residents of Butler County how they met. Christine Garland responded. She and her husband Steve, who was a chef at Antonelli's, met 9 years ago when she delivered produce from her mother's farm. Steve used to work extra hours just to be there during her deliveries. Although they grew apart when the restaurant switched suppliers, they reconnected by chance and eloped at the end of last year. Now she has a bun in the oven, and they're both working as much as they can. She's a secretary but went back to delivering produce on the weekends, trying to save up money to move to Boston and open their own restaurant. Okay. Now we know there's red herrings, but this was in 1978, and they and that she was pregnant, and she was a secretary.
Secretary and still doing delivery on weekends.
Right. I mean, she's in the time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it his bun or
Guy's bun?
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Guy's got a lot of buns. Guy's an entire fucking bakery, apparently.
Yeah, I was about to say.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna note this whole business down because this is important.
Do the previous paragraph too, 1978, just so we have that year.
Oh yeah. We're gonna copy. We're gonna add a whole new page for Guy's mistresses. Question marks. There. Perfect. Now I don't need to try and track this shit down again.
Yeah. Using that notebook just like it's for.
Listen. Mm-hmm. Mind like a steel trap. Remember? We did this.
Yeah, we did.
Alright,
Mind like a steel trap. You know.
Let's see here. Yeah, mind like a steel trap. Okay, so Christine Garland, who was originally Christine Farrow, Joanna Fellows, and Beth Knox are no longer. Alright, I need to know if Beth Knox is. I gotta double check some stuff here.
Okay.
You never heard of My Mind is Like a Steel Trap? That's
Beth
an old
X.
one. How is this woman just so irrelevant? She was with the company for 50 years. She has to know all of the tea.
I know. This.
Okay, you know what? That's fair.
You're welcome for this knowledge.
I don't know how old that idiom is. I know it's an old one.
I'm gonna look it up.
Joanna Robertson is no longer... But a Joanna Fellows. Okay, so she got married. Let's look her up. No. What does it mean? It means that nothing can escape it. Like it's supposed to be like a bear trap, like a steel trap. Something if I have something in my mind and my mind is like a steel trap, I never lose it.
Yeah, it's a mind capable of understanding or grasping information quickly.
Yes. Okay. Oh, you know what? No, Joanna Fellows is the 5P's mother.
The rapper's fucking Slim Shady's mother.
It's Eminem because Candy.
Yeah.
5P's Eminem.
Oh my god, you're right.
Hillary made that connection the other day, and
Hillary. You're right. I'm so angry. I can't believe the Doves would do this. Yes, I can. Who am I kidding?
Who are you kidding? Presidential office refurbishment. Travel expenses.
Me too, Sakura. Me too.
so that's... Okay, I think I'm starting to get what these are supposed to be. Raffertunes is now listed. You know, let's look up Raffertunes.
Okay.
I'm just going to go through all the periodicals.
Yup.
Did I miss news time? I think I did. Yep. The Portland Telegraph. Silver Screen Magazine. Starlet. Teen Blast. All right. Oh, okay. The Raffertunes site that once had a photo of Clark on it no longer exists. Instead, it redirects to a site for a telephone number called 1010-250, which frustratingly keeps popping up advertisements in new windows every few seconds. Managed to close them, but it sure is annoying. 1010-250. Hold on. We have a phone.
We do. That's not a phone number, though.
Well, let's... Can I... No? No, I want to try it. Fine.
We couldn't, because that phone has no zero.
You're right!
Oh my god.
Those devils. You know what?
They've got us coming and going.
1010-250 is apparently a phone number you can dial before making a long-distance call to receive a discount from the telephone company. For the past few months, you've been inundated with ads for it and other services like it. This includes TV spots starring celebrities, radio commercials with parodies of popular songs, and banner ads for it on many different websites. It doesn't seem to be relevant to your search. The Raffertunes domain was likely purchased by a third party when the license expired. But why? I thought that was a big deal.
I don't know.
No longer employed with Roottrees. Albert Cross and Fred Cross are no longer employed by Roottrees. Christine Garland is no longer working for Roottrees. Beatrice Watts and Corin Schwartz are hired. Julia McCullen and Doris Mays are no longer. Lisa Lewis and Valerie Ewing were hired. Thomas Green, Michael Crane, Elizabeth Farrow, and Jack Keating is no longer employed. Emily Seinfeld and Sam Cattrall were hired. Robert Logan is no longer employed by Roottrees. William Sams was hired. Susan Ford. She's the one that we're desperately trying to find a picture of.
Yeah, because she's the principal of the ASL school.
Yeah.
And we're pretty sure she's the mother of those twins, I think.
Yeah, the one with asthma and the one with allergies. The
allergies, yeah. Hey, Loop.
What's up, Loop? Okay, hold on. Presidential office refurbishment in 1978.
Okay.
Okay, I thought I saw one earlier. All right. Edward Roottrees retirement party, Christmas tree bash, New Year's Eve ball, travel expenses. Okay. New Year's Eve ball, Christmas tree bash. Grandorf Dove. That's the wing for the
ASL school.
ASL
yeah.
School. Fred Gleason. Root clothing reimbursement. Carl Roottrees. That's when Carl took over. Carl took over after Guy, I think, right?
I think so.
No,
wait. Was Guy 3? Guy was 3, wasn't he?
Guy was 3 and Carl was 5. Who the fuck is Fred Gleason? Who are you?
No one.
Nobody important, I guess.
I guess not. Also been employed for 50 fucking years, you would think.
Man, I don't want to be employed for 50 minutes. I don't know how people can do this for 50 years.
Yeah, seriously.
Sam Madsen is no longer employed. Amy Sutton was hired.
And it's so weird to think that there was a time in this godforsaken country where you could go to work somewhere and just expect to work at that place for 40 or 50 years and then you would retire.
Yeah, but and the thing is though, at the time you were paid a living wage and could buy a house and 2 cars and send your kids to college.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Um, yeah, that was the age of retirement parties, where you'd get a gold fucking watch and a big cake on your last day after 50 years or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep.
Um, Linda Lewis and Lisa Lewis. I wonder if there's a relation there.
Lewis sisters, perhaps.
Linda Lewis, Lisa Lewis. Well, there's 3 insights on this one. No, we don't have any of the old evidence.
Yeah, we do. I thought we did.
Oh wait. No. Oh, here we
nice.
go. Show archived old evidence. Here we go.
How much of Guy was in our old evidence?
Let's find out, shall we?
Okay.
Let's just go through this way. My fiance.
My fiance, Lulu.
I don't remember this.
I don't remember this either.
Cherry Tree is an album by Jim and Diamond, and one of the songs is called Sun. The website you found it on did not have a full version. You managed to find a short preview of the song's chorus. Jim sings the following. There blazed a spark of light that ever brightly shone from her starting days imparting wisdom to conquer life unknown. Though someday she'd depart, in part I'd never be alone. In my heart, I'll always be the son of. Okay.
A very modern font for a album cover from the 70s.
Yeah.
Oh, Clark.
Guy is one of these. This guy.
Yeah, that's him.
Here we go. I mean, this is the one of the ones we didn't find.
Yeah.
Steamy correspondence, historical letters with an erotic twist, created by Tina Angelina. In 1934, someone who goes by Patch wrote a letter full of innuendo to an unknown gentleman who it is clear she had a romantic history with. Patch is thought by the book's author to have been Patricia Christensen, a daughter of the owner of Christensen Steel. Her nickname was Pat, and Ch were the first 2 letters of her last name.
Mm-hmm.
And Patricia Christensen was known to appreciate wordplay like this. Patricia, who would have been in her mid-20s when the letter was written, was married to an older man of no notable status. This letter was most definitely not to him. There are also a few passages after the steamy bits that mention a daughter, leading Tina Angelina to theorize that this letter was written to the father of a child she hid from society in some way. The letter ends on a mention of a twisted twin that seems to evoke imagery from classic literature. If not for her story, yours and mine would be the most tragic tale ever told. How awful is it that such beauty was ripped from its rightful fate, and worse, sent to live in possession of your brother's twisted twin.
Oh. This would have been a great hint if we'd found it during our previous investigation.
Yeah. Left an outcast, forced a life of labor under a wicked relative. It's like something from the start of a children's fable. She deserves not the life he has been sentenced to. I can't stand to be apart from you both. Someday I shall return to you, and I pray that he has not corrupted her to know his sins. I swear that on that joyous day, with all of the strength I can muster, I will fight for our child's freedom. Let us pray her fable has a happy ending. Tina has no memory of what the more cryptic part, no theory of what the more cryptic parts of that mean. You know, Tina Angelina.
Yeah.
Ah.
Steamy correspondence.
Steamy correspondence. Is it ENCE or? Yes. Ah, it's irrelevant. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, we haven't looked up these two.
Ron and Robert?
Yeah, Ron and Robbie Roottrees. Let's look them up.
Okay.
No.
Try Robbie.
I thought I typed Ron, not Rob. There we go. Here we go. Ron was announced as president of Roottrees during the Roottrees Rift, but the next press release immediately reversed the announcement and instead stated that Ron and Clark would take over. A few weeks later, Ron was dropped from the title entirely. There are hundreds of results about this development, but most articles are retelling of basic details. Some veer into heavy speculation based on an article about Ron in Business Watch. Well, we'll be looking that up.
Mm-hmm.
Ron has also done some interviews saying that the truth of what went on behind the scenes is not something he wishes to discuss. Instead, he hopes to release a movie about it someday.
Oh, I remember that. We have read this.
Oh, okay. Did we look up?
Yeah, and then Gwen died. So let's, Business Watch.
Business Watch ran an article about 2 months after the Roottrees Rift about what really happened with Roottrees. The article mentions that nobody from Roottrees that they reached out to was willing to go on the record. Instead, the timeline events has been constructed from public record, accidental leaks, and a source on the inside. The only parts that are new to you are also the most vague parts, the ones supposedly confirmed by their anonymous source. The timeline says that the family actually held a preliminary vote after Carl Roottrees died, but before the release of 6 pieces, and decided they wanted Ron Roottrees to take over because of his experience running RR Productions, and because he was a well-known and well-respected Roottrees. But Ron seemed way too eager. Oh, we read this one.
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't look up Robbie.
Yeah, let's look up Robbie. Let's see what Robbie's been up to. Okay, same article.
Okay, but let's do... Robbie Roottrees was released from French prison after serving a few years for assault. His embezzlement and arrest were partially featured in 6 pieces, as Robbie's participation in the Clanstead Trust was a key piece of evidence in Sam's favor, and have since become much more publicly infamous. He has not yet returned to the United States, but when journalists reached out to him recently after the death of his mother, he had issued a blanket statement a few days ago. The death of my mother was hard on our family. My brother and I, after spending time together caring for her in mourning, I have finally made amends. It was a highly transformative few weeks when it came to our relationship. I'm in recovery from my addiction, and a major aspect of that process is that I wish to stay private.
Big if true.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Really nothing on Chris Rafferty. Why is there another image of him, though?
Oh, let's look up Gwen.
The mother?
Yeah. Because she just died recently. Maybe there's like an obituary or something.
Gwen Roottrees was a somewhat well-known actress who was active in 1950s. Her biggest role was in the minor hit movie Guys Like Us. She died in Paris, France about 3 weeks ago. After leaving Hollywood, she made no effort to stay in the limelight, and most obituaries tend to focus on her largest role, Guys Like Us. Not much is known about her death, except that it was announced that she died peacefully in her sleep while being treated for a sudden severe case of pneumonia.
Was it really peaceful, though?
Before that, she had apparently been in relatively good health, according to her friends and family in Paris. She was 67.
Well, this says 1999. COVID doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, no COVID yet. Maybe this is the timeline where we can stop that. or at least like prevent it.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Okay. Let me let's just do. Hasn't been updated. How about Starlet? No. Silver Screen Magazine? No.
Bean Blast.
News Time? No. Hey, Game, what the fuck else are we supposed to look up?
Well, let's keep going. They recently did a patch and updated this picture.
Oh, they did?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
This is... Why?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Alright.
I don't know. I feel like this one looks nicer.
It is nice. Alright, we went all... I'm gonna yell at the rubber duck again, see if it gives me anything else.
Mm.
In your evidence goes over most important people. I know that. One of the people mentioned in your reminders is Carolyn Morden. Okay.
Who the fuck was Carolyn Morden again?
She was the artist.
The artist?
Yeah, where's she at? Here we go.
There, yeah.
She was the one who married to Mark but divorced and
is now living sinfully with another woman. Yes.
My brain just completely stopped in the middle of that. All right.
That's okay.
Carolyn Morden. Nope. All right, Carolyn Morden, come on down. I guess we just gotta start looking up. Okay, yeah, of course. I guess we just gotta start looking up older Roottrees.
Yeah.
After the release of 6 Pieces, Carolyn Morden did a television interview. Someone has uploaded a partial transcript of that interview on the television section of a messaging community. The transcript is only her answers and is missing the questions. Then that's not really a transcript, is it?
No,
this creates a
it's not.
somewhat confusing reading experience, but does give you a bit more history about Caroline and some of her family members. Hey.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it.
You know what? Let's do it. Where are we at? Boom.
45 minutes. Not 60 minutes. 45.
No, because there's 15-minute commercial break.
You're right.
This was a cable news interview. A transcript of only Caroline's answers has been posted. You're right, it's a partial transcript. You're right, Nix.
Thanks for having me. I've never really fit into the family, so it didn't surprise me. She could have put me in if she wanted to talk about the time during my activism days when I almost got arrested for stealing the spark plugs out of all her tractors, but I don't really think it fit her narrative. Oh, she must be talking about Sam's book.
Yeah, yes and no. They never tried to kick me out or send me to live on a farm, if that's what you mean, but I was already pretty unpopular, and once everyone learned why I divorced my husband, few people paid me any attention. She's my wife, not legally, but we've been together for half our lives. Call it what it is. I was 20 and had just had my daughter. I hate to look back on that time because I was a terrible mother the first few years. I left my daughter with my ex-husband and followed Guy on a private jet to Europe.
No.
He lost a tooth and a client. I found love and a better understanding of who I was. Still, in our family's eyes, the trip was somehow more acceptable. Oh, his trip was somehow more acceptable. Explain that.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't stand him. Our family wrote off his behavior like he was some huge fan of romance or women. All right, this is about Guy. But he didn't look like the entire woman. It was doubly awkward for me because he was more supportive than most. I slowly figured out it was because he assumed I would be as shallow as he was. He was a workaholic. He seemed nice enough and did a good job. I didn't know him well. That was one of Sam's problems with our family. None of us did except Carl. Honestly, I get why she's pissed.
Oh, okay. The family wasn't really super
she
close
was
with Guy?
I don't think this is about Guy. He seemed nice enough and did a good job. I didn't know him well. That was one of Sam's problems with our family.
Was it the fourth president? The one who died of cancer? Was it? I think it was Ernest. No.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Ernest.
So Sam's problem. No, Sam is Samantha.
Yeah. Sam's son Ernest died of cancer.
He seemed nice enough and did a good job. I didn't know him well. That was one of Sam's problems with our family.
None of the family knew Carl well. Excuse me, not Carl. Knew Sam's son well, except for Carl. Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, I get why she's pissed. I'd rather not speak ill of the dead, not unless you want more stories about Guy. With Carl, though, all I can say is we used to be friends before they sent him to private school. He came back a lot judgier. It made sense when they made him president. He was a lot like my father after they disciplined the fun out of him.
Yikes.
After I started protesting the farms, he stopped returning my calls. Oh, well, he's harder to label. When I was a teenager, he was basically drunk or high or both all the time. He actually used to sell me pot. His problems with women were different than Guy's. This is about Clark. But he never really judged me. I guess he knew it would be pretty hypocritical to judge anyone for anything. Back then, he was destructively unreliable in every way, but nowadays he's just kind of boring and old. I prefer that to how he used to be and to Guy and Carl, but it's still a cautionary tale. I hope I'm never that boring and old.
Okay.
I mean, this is all interesting, but what does it tell us?
It doesn't look like there's anything of note in here. Like there's no little magnifying glass with a number.
All right, let me just... Can I get the rest of the fucking interview?
That would be great.
We know that Caroline went to went to Europe with Guy.
Yeah.
He lost a tooth and a client.
I found love and a better understanding of who I was.
I feel like him losing a tooth would be important somewhere.
Well, yeah, he got into a fight in Europe. At least one fight. I wonder if he was fucking confronted by a jilted lover
that
or
has to be
scolded
it.
Husband. Yeah. Someone had a very useful website in the last investigation.
I looked up Chris Rafferty. Oh, his email.
Oh.
What the fuck was his... What was his email? What were we looking up? It wasn't Raffertunes. Alright, hold on. Hey, Chris, what the fuck was your...
Piece of the old evidence had his email, I think. Is his email on that portrait? Oh.
Refer to a self-portrait of me and my fiance.